Wiley, is Baker Mayfield playing for his Browns' future on Sunday?
Yes, he is. In perception, which is going to be the reality in this kind of situation. I've been in this situation before. We all been in this situation before. Entering the NFL, you come in with a claim. Reputation precedes you. People draft, and they say, this is where we think you should fit in the league and on our team. So they give you a value from hello. But then you have to go out there and earn your keep. And what's interesting about Baker Mayfield is, in perception, if he doesn't get it done this year, I think internally they're going to start to look at other options. Let's talk about those options.
Please.
What happened in the draft this year to teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts over there, and even the Green Bay Packers with now the three-time MVP and Aaron Rodgers? They draft at your position.
Yes, sir.
In Philly, they gave him a phone call. Hey, Carson Wentz, we're thinking about drafting your position. They didn't even pay that courtesy to Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. What about free agent acquisitions? Uh-oh, what do you mean? What happened in Chicago? Oh, Nick Foles shows up. Mr. Trubisky, watch your back. And we're going to insert him unnecessarily just because we think higher of him than you. Oh, what about the Raiders situation? Marcus Mariota, he's sitting behind Derek Carr, but when he got in, all of a sudden you could feel the groundswell. Hey, Marcus Mariota, dual threat, what's up, Raiders? Or let's talk about in season. You never know. You're never safe. Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill. You think you was cool, Marcus Mariota? They went and got Ryan Tannehill. Now they have a franchise quarterback. My point is this. If you don't watch your back, Baker Mayfield, you're going to open up all of those opportunities in the minds of this organization. That's a scary place to be, because I've been the guy where they weren't even thinking about another DN, and I've been the guy where they're like, oh, Wiley, we're going to rotate you in or out. And then I've been the guy who's been released because of bad performances. Baker Mayfield, because of his inconsistency, is leaving this team nothing else but the option to think elsewhere unless he handles his business this week and going forward in the playoffs.
I respect that. I respect how much authority Marcellus gave that.
Yeah.
Gave that take, said it with your chest. Man, almost made me believe it. I'm smarter than that, though. Sal, I wasn't a huge baseball fan growing up. I kind of got into the game, but the people I liked most in baseball games actually weren't the players, crazy enough. It was the umpires. Because growing up, you would hear him say, like, you're out of there. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But then every now and then you see him say, safe. And that's what I think when I think about Baker Mayfield. He just got that call from the ump.
Talk to me.
In this case, I'm the umpire. And I'm saying that he's safe. He's not playing for his contract this weekend. Baker Mayfield is safe because either way, I'll give it to y'all like this, America. Y'all rock with me here. Y'all are intelligent people. He'll either end up with 10 wins on the season, not make the playoffs, but still do something the Browns haven't done since 2007. He'll end up with 11 wins on the season, make the playoffs, and do something the Browns haven't done since 2002 and 1994 when you talk about 11 wins on a season. So how can you look at Baker Mayfield and say that he's still playing for something when, regardless of how it goes this weekend, he's either going to do something they haven't done since 07 or something they haven't done since 02? Regardless of how it goes this weekend, he still would have gone from 6-10 last year to 10-6 this year, even if they lose. Regardless of how it goes this weekend, Baker Mayfield has already done enough for me to look and say, safe. Now, you can sit here and try to be a master delineator of, well, Baker still hasn't done this and still hasn't done that. But what I'm telling you is if I look across the spectrum of the NFL and I look at quarterbacks through the spectrum of the NFL, I say, wait a second, Baker. 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You telling me you have more touchdown passes than Matt Ryan on the season, Phillip Rivers on the season, Lamar Jackson on the season, Jared Goff on the season, Teddy Bridgewater, who just got paid on the season, Matthew Stafford on the season? No, I ain't done, Sal. I'm just getting warmed up.
Like all
Wait a second, Baker. 8 interceptions on the season. You telling me you got less interceptions than Matthew Stafford on the season, Josh Allen on the season, Justin Herbert on the season? Did I just say Tom Brady on the season? Well, I just did. Kyler Murray on the season. Wait a second, Baker. You telling me that last year Aaron Rodgers had 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 62% completion percentage. But, Baker, you got 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 63% completion percentage. That's fairly comparable. Baker Mayfield don't need to do nothing right now, Marcellus Wiley, this coming Sunday to play for his future because Baker's already done enough. But let's bring in somebody else who knows a thing or two. That's NFL analyst Greg Jennings, my dog, one of the best-dressed men on television.
Let's see what he got on.
Today.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What's happening?
I like that.
Same Greg. New Year's, same Greg. I respect it.
He been in that Sears catalog.
Well, Greg, let's hope your take is as fresh as your fit. Greg, is Baker playing for his future on Sunday? His Browns' future on Sunday?
He most certainly is playing for his Browns' future. I am 100% swimming in the waters with Marcellus, and here's why, Acho. I like your takes about Baker doing something that the Browns haven't experienced. But if you go back to when he first got drafted, the Browns were an 0-for team. So he did something once he started. When he got there, he won a game. It doesn't mean anything. When you have a lower standard, that's okay, that's acceptable. But now the culture has shifted. Their expectations have risen to the point to where it's not just about making the playoffs, Baker. We've actually put personnel around you on offense, defense, and at the coaching positions to where it's set up for you to succeed and excel. And so now when you go into a situation against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we talked about this earlier in the week, they're missing so many pieces and not even playing so many pieces, it's laid up for you to take advantage of. You have to take advantage of it. And then I'll say this, and I'll let you guys have it back. When you look at the quarterbacks that he was drafted with, the year he was drafted, you have Lamar Jackson. What has he done? Oh, he's won an MVP of the National Football League. You look at Josh Allen. What has he done? Oh, he's in the MVP conversation this year. He won't win it, but he's up there. You look at the reason why we're not seeing the Cleveland Browns already solidified in the playoffs, because he played a New York Jet team led by Sam Darnold that denied him of that opportunity. So when I'm looking at Baker Mayfield, you have to be better in order for the Browns to say, you know what, this is solidified our guy. He's done something, not only getting us to the playoffs, but he's also provided us an opportunity to dismiss all entertaining of other possible options.
I am with you, Greg. Woo! Here we go. I like Acho's take because someone has to defend Baker Mayfield in that room when he goes there this offseason trying to get that fifth-year option, and they sitting there slamming the door in his face. Somebody has to be there with him to pick him up because they're going to point out exactly what Greg has said and what I'm saying about Baker Mayfield. Let's just start right here, Acho, because you keep talking about the weapons and lack of receivers or whatever. Look at Lamar Jackson's weapons, drafted in the same class as Baker Mayfield, number 32 versus number 1.
We can go there. You don't want to go there.
I do want to go there, but not right now. We're not going to go dive down that hole, but just think about it in a conception. The names, the talent level, the performances of what's on Lamar Jackson's teams, a bunch of tight ends, basically, and then you got Mark Ingram, who was cast away from New Orleans because they picked Alvin Kamara over him. I digress. But the point is, not the same level of weapons, but what about the production? It's a little different, but that's not even my point.
What's your point?
Baker Mayfield needs to figure out, in his same draft class, is he Josh Allen or Josh Rosen? Because Baker Mayfield, you shouldn't be.
Don't do this.
Hey,
don't do this.
Shout out to John Heller. Another point by my boy Heller. My boy Heller be coming with him. Matter of fact, Heller gonna come on here Monday. Let's go to war. Here's the thing. Who is he? Because if you're number 1 in the class by draft status, you can't all of a sudden find yourself behind a couple of guys in that same draft. We're not even talking about the NFL at large. We're talking about just who came out with you, Baker Mayfield. But I'm going to talk to Acho the way that I know Baker Mayfield. Acho, you keep going with this 10 wins. I think that's what you hang your hat on. And you always mess up the fact that there's a difference between outcome and performance. And in Baker Mayfield's case, you can't hide behind all those wins because you're not the reason that they have all of those wins. Oh, Acho think I'm just playing. I'm going to use Baker against Baker. Look at this full screen right now and tell me, is Baker Mayfield doing better or worse than his own record? Look at this, his rookie year to this year. He had more passing yards as a rookie, more passing touchdowns as a rookie, more yards per attempt as a rookie, more passing yards in the game as a rookie, and fourth quarter comebacks and game-winning drives. And you know what the kicker is?
What's the kicker?
He had fewer games his rookie year than he does this year. Wait a minute. Look, I'm going to tell you how they talked to me when I wanted my money. Ain't nobody going to give you this money easy unless you earned it, bro. My last point is this. You know sports, Acho. I know you want to win this round, but let's be real. In sports, You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no such thing as I'm staying the same. So I want to ask you right now, Acho, in front of America,
please,
based on those numbers, is Baker Mayfield getting better or worse?
Better. I'm going to tell you, I'm about to slice and dice him up. Greg, I'm about to slice up your boy. Greg, go ahead and call the cops, call the ambulance, not the ambulance, call the ambulance.
That's how I say it still.
Here's the first thing I got to address. Greg, you weren't here yesterday when Marcellus Wiley admitted to the world that he doesn't come up with his own takes. What I love about Tom Cruise as an actor is he does his own stunts. When you're watching Tom Cruise, you know that if he's in the movie, he's doing his own stunts. Marcellus, I wish you would be more like Tom Cruise and do your own stunts and come up with your own takes.
I don't like his movies that much.
Let me slice Marcellus and dice him real quick. Yeah. Greg Jennings, you're a receiver. You're a phenomenal receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, he was.
Greg, what would you say are, I don't know, the top 3 most important statistics you look at when talking about a quarterback?
Passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions.
Great. Passing yards, he said. Touchdowns, he said, and he said interceptions. Was that, Greg?
Oh, he said 2 of mine already.
Hey, can you please bring up Marcellus Wiley's full screen, America?
Passing yards.
Can you please bring up now? Conveniently, maybe my glasses are messed up. Conveniently, I don't see interceptions on that list.
He's better.
Now, it's funny
you
because
see yards and touchdowns.
Greg Jennings has won a Super Bowl playing the receiver, playing with one of, if not the greatest talent-wise quarterbacks of all time.
I didn't think you want the whole list.
And Greg Jennings, the receiver, just told me 3 of the most important categories are yards, touchdowns, and interceptions. Marcellus Wiley's probably the smartest man in this camera frame right now, and he conveniently left off interception.
Purposefully.
Marcellus
Actually,
Wiley, I'm
the
not
word
going
is
to play
purposefully.
with you. Baker Mayfield has gotten better.
How?
Baker Mayfield, because he had 21 interceptions last year and decreased that by 60%.
No, you can't go to the excess of failing the class and come back get a D and talk about I'm doing better.
Baker Mayfield right now, there are 16 quarterbacks worse in the NFL as far as interceptions than Baker Mayfield. But let me give it to you like this.
Yes.
Let me simplify it, because right now Marcellus has obviously tried to lie to y'all to America, but I'm not going to let him do that. It's 2021. New year, same cell, but new year, new me. Let me give it to y'all like this, America. Only trade or give up on, not trade, but only give up on Baker Mayfield if you can go to someone excellent. Only give up on good if you can find great. Because good may be the enemy of great, but good is still a friend of success. So only give up on good if you can find great. The problem is the Browns are going to give up on good if we're assuming that Baker's still playing for his job, playing for a future contract, for nobody. See, Alex Smith was with the Chiefs. They said, you know what, we got great in Patrick Mahomes. We'll give up on good because we got great. Marcus Mariota, he was good-ish with the Titans. They made the playoffs a couple times, 7 wins, 8 wins. But Ryan Tannehill, last 2 years, he's been great. But then we talk about the Minnesota Vikings. They gave up on Case Keenum. Kevin Stefanski was there because they wanted Kirk Cousins. They thought Kirk Cousins would be great. They gave up on good to get good-ish. Even let's talk about my guys, the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz, you been bad, bruh. We gonna give up on bad because we gonna hope for great and Jalen Hurts. They gave up on bad for bad adjacent. So I'm not going to tell y'all to give up on. I'm not going to tell y'all to give up on Baker Mayfield for what? For an enigma? And Marcellus start telling the truth this new year.
Oh, all right. All right, Booger McFarland around it. Hey. Hey, wait a minute. No, all right, I heard wrong. Let me say this real. Acho, I can't believe. Hey, I'm a fool. I'm sorry. I can't believe.
Yeah, you are.
Acho is tripping. I mean, feloniously tripping. Like, lock him up tripping right now. Okay, Acho, I'm sorry. You thought I was cooking the books on this full screen. I'm sorry. You know what I left out, which is my favorite stat?
What's up, Sam?
Completion percentage.
Talk to me, Sam.
I'm not leaving it out because it doesn't help my argument. Completion percentage helps my argument. He was more accurate as a rookie than he is this year. But I didn't put it in there because I didn't want to overwhelm the audience with every single thing he was better at as a rookie. That's my point. So you try to highlight interceptions, but yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, shall I carry on? The dude was better when he was coming out the womb of college than he is in his 3rd year. That's sad. But let me get you like this, Acho, because you sound like my exes. Oh, I hated when we broke up.
The one you proposed to or no? Just let me know my fate.
I proposed to 4.
Well, I end up with a ring on my finger.
I proposed to 4, so I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm going to just sum them all up. Let me generalize. I always heard this when we were breaking up, which I didn't didn't want to hear because, you know what? We had all this time to work this out. You can't do better than me. Acho just went there with the NFL argument of, why get rid of good if you're not going to get great? Because you can't do better than Baker. And you know what I used to always think, because I didn't want to blow up the spot, I used to always think, but I can't do worse either. Let me talk about that. And you know what? I'm looking at Baker like, hey, bro, can't do much worse than this in this situation. 22-22 is his record. You're the number 1 overall pick, and you're over there treading water. Dog, sink or swim. I want to see it, Baker. You 22-22. No playoff appearances, which may still stay true this year, and second most interceptions in the NFL over his career. Acho, I love you so much. I used to love my exes too, but you know what? Got to move on, big dog. We'll see what Baker does.